Welcome to the first episode of Get in Character. I'm CB Studios.
I'm Zerabin.
I'm Vicky.
And today we're talking to you about Oz Comic Con,
Sugar City Con,
and our interview with Yaya Han. Speaking of Sugar City Con, didn't you attend that, Vicky?
Yeah, I did. It's the second year running. So in Mackay, it's 12 hours north of Brisbane driving distance. So that's quite a big trip. It's maybe an hour flight. So it's now a 2-day event, originally a 1-day event. So it's upgraded itself, which is brilliant for a small convention in a different area that's not Brisbane or Sydney. So Mackay, amazing place, hot, humid, bit too warm. We had some great guests though, so it equaled itself out. So we had Lani Tupou, and he's from Farscape, fantastic voice actor. He also takes some really nice photos. Had Wayne Nichols, Tom Taylor, so two fantastic comic book artists. Incredible people. Cosplay guests, Evie Dante's Inferno from Sydney. Myself, living here in Brisbane, so Vicky Vic. And my really good girlfriend, Twerkin Gherkin, who's also here based in Brisbane, and we went as the DC Sirens.
Attendee-wise, how was it? How many people were there? Was it fairly large as far as a Far North Queensland con would go?
So I remember the first year we were crammed into the PCYC, barely any room to budge. I'm walking around with that beautiful Captain America shield of mine, trying to get through the crowd is like, yeah, this is going to be fun. This year, moving from PCYC to the showgrounds was a really big step for Sugar City Con, and the room it provided was amazing. So much more room to move about, so much more room to do things in. You got the stage area, and you can still move around the convention hall. So it was really well set out. Convention attendee-wise, because the space was not as small as the PCYC, it got bigger with space-wise, so it felt like there was less people, but actually there was more people there, and especially with it being a 2-day event. And we had some vendors come up from Brisbane, and they said that they really did enjoy it.
We've seen a few major cosplayers come out of North Queensland, and obviously being such a large area, when you do have cons up there, you do get quite a centralised amount of people. You get people that have come from all over just to go to a con that's not as far away from Brisbane. What are some of the impressive things you saw over the weekend?
So I saw some really wicked foam armours. We also saw the 501st come in as well, so they came down from Townsville. They were pretty wicked. We also had some amazing sewing skills come out of that convention, but my personal favourite, there was a Fallout 4 character there, and her gun and her arm piece, off the charts. She even made the Nuka-Cola caps out of Coca-Cola caps, and just screen printing onto the caps. It was all the fine little details. She had a ring, a bracelet. The gun was just immaculately done, and she actually went on to win the open cosplay competition, and she just blew us all away with her cosplay skill. Like, just really mind-blowing. That's how amazing it was to see her come out of a small town like Mackay, which is surprisingly still a large town, but small town feeling, if you know what I mean. And seeing a cosplay like that come out was just mind-blowing.
You never know when the talent will appear out of nowhere, because some people can live in the middle of nowhere. There are several cosplayers I know that live in Darwin, and they only fly interstate for a convention, so you never know where the talent will be. You never know where the people will come from.
Hi, this is Kay and Ali, and how do you get in character?
Enough about Sugar City Con, let's talk about Brisbane Oz Comic Con.
Welcome to Oz Comic Con!
And how do you get in character? How to talk to a cosplayer. Do's and don'ts. This is don't. Major Sam! Can we have an interview?
Get out.
What'd I do wrong? Do. Excuse me, can I quickly interview you for our show? I'm sorry if I'm encroaching. No? Okay, that's fine. Maybe later. We'll talk later.
Get in character! This is Vicky Vic, and I'm at Oz Comic Con with Major Sam. And Major Sam, who are you dressed as today?
I'm dressed as La Carlotta from the Phantom of the Opera.
Well, you look absolutely stunning. Can you give us a spin for the camera? Yeah. So how long did you spend making this costume?
It took me 2 months. Oh, yeah, about 10 weeks to do everything, and that was about 4 hours every day.
4 hours every day, and you made everything on here.
I made absolutely everything.
So the beading, the corset, the arms, so it's all melted together here. The warbler, I'm assuming warbler?
Yep.
Fantastic. And you screen printed on the wings.
Yeah, the whole cape is 4 meters of hand-dyed silk, and I screen printed all the design on it.
That's incredible. And you've also got these gorgeous loops here at the back. And they're screen printed on as well?
Yep. Yes, they're screen printed as well, yeah.
Wow, the detail is just stunning. And it's all 2 layers here as well.
Yep, and I screen printed the inside as well, even if you can't see it.
That is amazing. And you've entered into the National Cosplay Comp here at the Oz Comic Con.
I have entered. I just had my pre-judging with Yaya Han, and I'm really excited.
Well, I'm very excited as well. This is looking absolutely stunning. All that work has definitely paid off. And what are you thinking of the convention so far as well?
Oh, it's really good. There's a lot of room to walk around, and I'm excited to have a look around.
There is a lot of amazing booths out there that I've seen so far. Anything that you've looked at and gone, I'm going to probably come back and buy this?
Lego.
Or the Star Wars Lego?
Yes.
I looked at that too and went, I don't think I have enough money.
I will be getting some.
Alrighty, well, again, you look absolutely stunning. All the best at the competition. I will hopefully catch you there. And so our finalist and winner is La Carlotta! Getting character.
I'm CB Studios Cosplay. I'm dressed as Mr. Lordy. We're going to roam around Oz Comic Con Brisbane and find some cosplayers to talk to. So I'm here with Kelly Ray. What's your cosplay handle?
Maybe got cat.
And so we're going to ask you a couple of questions about cosplaying, now that obviously we're here at Oz Comic Con. Why do you cosplay?
I cosplay for fun because I have a load of friends in it now, and just because it's something that is just something that I love.
So it's just fun, just something to do. What is your worst cosplay-related injury?
Probably from my Miss Marvel boots. I broke 3 bones at the top of my foot from wearing them for 12 hours. Because they're about this high with the platform, and I was standing on my toes all day and broke 3 bones in the toes.
I don't think we're going to get another one that will top that. That's pretty epic.
I don't know. Right.
Hopefully not in these boots.
Get in character!
Alrighty, so we're here on day 2 of Oz Comic Con Brisbane, and I am here with the lovely Beck. Beck, cosplay handle, what is your page?
Aurelius's Armory. I run it with my sister, and we do a mix of armor and cloth cosplays.
Fantastic. Now, first question, why do you cosplay?
Honestly, just for fun. Like, it's great to bring something to life. So.
Brilliant. Do you have a favorite tool used to create your cosplays?
My Dremel. It has been the best investment that I've made ever, and the flex cord to go with it.
Gooseneck attachment on the Dremel.
Yes, definitely.
My favourite personally owned one is a Dremel.
Okay.
I'm very fond of the Dremel. I've gotten very good at the Dremel bits.
Yeah.
My Dremel. It's great for working with foam. I'd be lost without it.
Dremel. Absolutely the Dremel.
Buns Products, where creative people shop. Now get in character.
So one of the awesome things I got asked to do for Oz Comic Con this year was put my Captain Jack costume on display, which you can see behind us. This is at Cosplay Central, and I'm very, very honoured to have it on display in here.
This is Yaya Han, and how do you get in character? Thank you for coming to Oz Comic Con.
That was totally wicked. What did you guys think?
I was actually pretty impressed by the overall, just the costumes themselves. I don't usually get to see that many costumes in a day, and there's some that I missed when I at other events, and people rewore them just so I could actually see them. I was really impressed by that. And generally, some of the brand new costumes I saw as well, attention to detail, the actual people, being in character as well. That's what we are, getting character, and that's what I saw all weekend.
The cosplay in Brisbane cons is always fantastic. Oz Comic Con is bringing its A game with a lot of this sort of stuff. Meeting some of the cosplayers that I hadn't met before was fantastic. I got to meet a lot of new people. But seeing some of the stuff that people had brought out, including your Garrus, was fantastic. Some of the pieces that I saw throughout the con and the Cosplay Central, having cosplays on display, was fantastic.
Yeah, Captain Jack.
I did see your Captain Jack. And if I remember correctly, you actually did see your old hat walking around the convention too.
I did. There was a Captain Jack wearing your Captain Jack cosplay, which was quite fun. There are a lot of people wearing things that I had seen before, and people that had done similar costumes to other ones that I've seen, and had taken it one step further, which was great. And that's always what we want to see, is going above and beyond.
Yeah, I don't know what everyone's thing about not wearing a costume more than once is. Seriously, you make it, you put all that work in, you want to show it off a couple of times more than just one time, put it in the closet and not wear it again. And that's what things disappoints me sometimes, but I'd like to see more people rewear a great costume. That's what I want to see.
I'd like to not wear Mr. Lordy again. That was not a fun costume. It looked great, but it wasn't fun.
I know about you guys, but I'm actually reworking a couple of my costumes so that I can rewear them again. So I'm actually thinking of wearing my Supergirl 52 again to Brisbane Supernova this year, so...
That would be fantastic to see.
You did teach me how to cast that. But overall, convention-wise, I had a great time. It was mind-blowing, the amount of space there was to move about, and I didn't get held up or shoved a lot like I normally do. And I really, really enjoyed it. The people there were just so friendly, the staff, the volunteers, amazing. And we actually got taken up to a guest. Like, we didn't even pay to go see him. He come up and said, hey, you guys come with me, we'll have a chat because I know this girl. And we had a chat with him, and that was just the special little things that happen. Did you guys see Yaya Han on the weekend?
I saw her from a distance. I didn't actually get a chance to speak to her. She was always surrounded by a massive line.
Yeah, she was a huge draw card this year. But there were people lining up and swarming her booth as soon as she was there, buying her merchandise. And I'm just down to there were so many selfies of Yaya selfies that appeared, and she actually seemed to have a really good time here in Brisbane as well.
But on the subject of Yaya Han, I heard that a certain member of our team may have gotten to speak to her.
Yeah, I actually got to interview Yaya Han, and here's some of the footage.
Hi, it's Vicky Vic, and I'm at Oz Comic Con with the fabulous Yaya Han. So we just got some rapid fire questions for you today. So first one off, why do you cosplay? I cosplay because it's a unique creative outlet, and I think it's the most sincere way to be a fan. Awesome. Favorite celebrity moment, if any? Well, it's got to be when I cosplayed Daenerys and met George R. R. Martin. That was back in 2010, and I will never ever forget that year. Gosh, George R. R. Martin was amazing. I saw his panel a couple of years ago. Just an incredible gentleman. Favorite cosplay building material? I personally really like feathers. I don't get to use feathers in every costume, but I try. Feathers? I've never used feathers before. So are they difficult to work with? No, I love the organic and just the luxuriousness of it. Yes. Yeah. Most expensive costume you've either made or brought? I would say, I try to be frugal and I make all my costumes, so that helps with cost. My Banshee Queen Anira was probably over $1,500 US in just materials, and I could have spent more, probably. Yeah. I know that feeling some days with my costumes. Have you sacrificed comfort and maneuverability for a cosplay? Every costume, I swear. Definitely, I think, again, the Anira, because I had to be on stilts. It was just like, you can't do anything. You're just existing. What makes a standout cosplay? Costume, performance, or both? I mean, if you're asking me as a judge for a contest, I certainly look at the construction and how clean it is. I don't think it's about the most elaborate costume. It could be a simpler costume, but if it's, you know, executed well, if the seams are finished and all the details are done, and also, you know, as in terms of performance, I think it really is about getting the feel of the character across and having the confidence of the character. Yeah. So I'm not expecting everybody to do a tap dance or, you know, acrobatics, but I want to see people walk on stage and really embody the character.
Incredible what you do. You look amazing.
This was a collaboration with my friend Do You Cosplay. So we did matching wizards, and she made the armor, and I sewed the costumes for both of us, and then they taught me how to paint the armor, so I actually painted it.
Yeah. So. Well, it looks absolutely incredible. Do you see yourself cosplaying in 5 years' time?
Oh, given that I've been cosplaying for 16 years, yes, I believe in 5 years I will still be cosplaying.
Favorite cosplay creation tool?
Definitely my sewing machine and serger. I mean, certainly that's where I'm the most comfortable is sewing.
Yeah. Worst cosplay-related injury?
Well, that actually happened last month. I sliced my finger wide open with a pair of very sharp, very large scissors, and I had to get 6 stitches at the hospital, and it hurt like and it like put me out for about a week from, you know, being able to use my hands properly. So I think that's been the worst, which I think I'm pretty lucky considering how many years I've been doing this.
That is, stitches are really nasty. And last question, how do you get in character?
Once I put on the makeup and the full costume, I think getting in character is very natural. Like I do practice in front of the mirror. I really like look at the, you know, the lines of the costumes and such. But a lot of times it's really just kind of, I don't know, I kind of like not over preparing. I like just kind of going out there and sort of like naturally get into character. So I think definitely making the costume and having the accessories certainly helps.
It does. So cosplay in Australia, are you enjoying seeing the different cosplays we have here?
I love traveling. I think the cosplay phenomenon it's such a global thing now that it's very important to go and see how it's like in other countries. And Australia, you guys have very organized conventions. I think you have beautiful locations for photos. So the community is thriving. You know, like you might still be a smaller community, but it is very positive. I think it's just, you know, there's a lot of talent. And then with Oz Comic Con creating opportunities with the Cosplay Championship, I think it's really fostering that next generation of cosplaying and just giving people an outlet and a way to show off their work. So I am certainly always enjoying coming to Australia and seeing the cosplay here.
Well, we really enjoy having you here. Thank you so much, Yaya.
Apart from Yaya, we also got to interview some incredible cosplayers around Oz Comic Con this year.
Well, I got to speak to Baby Got Cat, who is one of my favourite cosplayers. She's one that I know personally. I also spoke to Aurelia Samari, who does a lot of the Warhammer stuff. She's fantastic. Her work is always perfect.
I got to speak to Pocket Peach, and I also had a chat with Belikov's costumes. Absolutely incredible ladies.
I was lucky enough to have a good sit-down talk with Major Sam, the winner of the Brisbane round for the Cosplay Championships. So that was a really fun interview. And a big congratulations to Major Sam for her winning of the Brisbane round of the Australian Championships of Cosplay.
And congratulations to Sam for winning the Australian Championships of Cosplay. You go, girl. Woo!
Oz Comic Con was heaps of fun for the three of us, but we did get into a little bit of trouble.
This is Vicky Vic,
CB Studios,
and Zerabin.
We're at Oz Comic Con Day 2 Sunday. Welcome everyone.
Time for some shenanigans.
Let's see what we can get up to this.
Got evidence of littering and crimes against cosplay. Shenanigans. I'll tell you what.
We were getting up to some shenanigans.
I didn't do anything.
What am I guilty of?
Meow, enough about us getting arrested.
We all had some great moments individually, apart from the three of us working on the show together. And I'd love to hear what your favourite was, Vicky.
I'd have to say I was interviewing Yaya Han, but it was also coming to a Brisbane convention while living in Brisbane. That was something special. I've been trying to get down here for the last 3 years. Finally here, first convention in Brisbane. Wow.
I was really lucky. I got to judge cosplay, or the general cosplay competition on the Saturday. And as you guys know, I do love getting the opportunity to see the full cosplay competition right at the front, and then actually talk to some people that were entering and that were cosplaying through that. And I actually met a cosplayer that's been following my page for a while, and she came up after the con. She came second in the competition, and she came up to me and was freaking out that I was CB Studios, and that was quite fun. So I got a little selfie, and that was probably one of the highlights of my con.
Yeah, my moment was very, very special. I had one particular young lady who came up to me, and her friend was in tears, and I was like, "What's wrong?" And she comes up and said, "She's really happy to see you. She's at tears of joy," because I was her favourite character from her favourite game. And that really did, hit me on an emotional level, because it just shows how much impact these characters have to some people's lives. They might be fictional, but in some people's minds, they're still very important.
And I was there. I saw that.
It was really, really special moment.
It was very cute.
I gave her a hug, and she was even more happy. She started crying a little bit more.
What
character were you?
What character was I? Oh, background. I was that guy. Garrus in the back.
And you were Lady Loki?
No.
That's amazing.
I would look so good in that costume.
Corset?
Oh, me in that corset. It's going to happen. Thank you for joining us on our pilot episode of Getting Character. It's taken us 3 years to get to this stage, and we're really happy to be here.
We want to say a massive thanks to everybody at Oz Comic Con.
And a huge thanks to everyone at Sugar City Con. And on our next episode, we'll be chatting with Diana Daring from Seems Nostalgic.
I'll be chatting with Thoroughly Good Cosplay.
Because he's thoroughly good.
And we're also going to start getting technical with some of our skills.
Yeah, I'm going to get stuck into the interesting and boring topic of glue in cosplay.
And I'm going to show you how to ride Shiny and Chrome into Valhalla with a budget Immortan Joe mask.
I'm also going to show you how I deconstruct my patterns and put them onto material.
And that's how we get in character.